Hello, everyone. Today I'm very happy to be interviewing Elise. Elise is a motivational speaker, a disabilities correspondent, and a general reporter for Jill Dando News, and an AAC ambassador and inclusion advocate. Welcome, Elise. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Enjoying the summer holidays before I have lots of speaking engagements. I hope you're well.
Yeah, it hasn't been much of a summer, but yeah, enjoying that. Could you tell us a bit about yourself?
I have cerebral palsy, which affects my movements, my strength, and coordination. But I'm a very clever young lady and determined to achieve my ambitions in life. I've been a motivational speaker for over 4 years, and I use my ideas to present speeches. I work in education and healthcare sectors to raise awareness around disabilities and inclusion, as well as being a disabilities correspondent and general reporter at the Jill Dando News Centre.
That's very good. And can you tell us about the assistive technology that you use to support your education and communication?
In secondary school, I was allocated a laptop to use with my iPad's camera. I have a Mind Express for communication software funded by the Physical Impairment and Medical Support Team. I used this for all of my communication and curriculum access. I didn't like to use my voice output, as I didn't want others to hear me. It sounded very computerized, and I have always just wanted to blend in and be like everyone else. Therefore, my support assistant would stand to the side or behind me so that they could read what I was saying. This went on for most of my time in secondary until I met a new member of the PIMS team, Lynn. She suggested that I should be assessed at Bristol Communication Aid Service for a communication aid. She also looked at different voices that I could use on my laptop. Together, we found the Queen's voice, which I liked very much. It was when I began to use Queen Elizabeth II's voice that I decided to allow my computer to talk for me instead of relying on someone else to read everything that I typed. For the first time in my life, I felt comfortable and proud to be able to talk.
That's very good. As you said, you wanted to do what you want to do, and you stood up for yourself, which is brilliant. You recently completed your GCSEs and used an eye gaze technology to support you. How did you find doing your exams with this technology?
I went to an amazing secondary school which they supported me in the best way. I sat my GCSEs and I had my own room with my support and an invigilator. My support scribed and read my questions for me. I was allowed regular breaks and extra time, 100% extra time. This was sufficient adjustments for me. We all had meetings and spoke together. I had a voice, and we had the perfect balance.
That's very good. 100% extra time. I got only got 15. How did you manage? I struggled with 15% for so long. What advice would you give to children and young people who are learning to use a communication aid?
You are not alone. Don't be afraid to speak up and use a communication aid. I was very shy and wouldn't use a voice on my iPad to speak as I didn't like to feel different from my peers. I soon found a voice I love, which is the Queen. From a young Ellise who didn't like to draw any attention to my needs, and I just happily sitting in the corner hiding out the way. To the Ellise I am now, I'm not afraid to show who I am. I want to be that person to talk to who may be in a similar situation that I was.
That's very good, yeah. Especially doesn't matter what people think. That's very good. I also heard that during your time at college, you studied health and social care. What was your experience of this course, and what was your favorite part?
I loved studying about everything in health and social care, especially communication, as I have a lot of knowledge about it and was able to teach the students about the different ways to communicate. I had amazing support from my lecturer and college supports who scribed my assignments and wrote down what I was saying on my iGaze. They treated me like any other student in the class, and I felt no different.
That's very good that they adapted to you, but also gave you that treatment. So it's very good. And what made you want to be a news reporter?
It wasn't planned at all, so I didn't know I wanted to be a news reporter until my principal from my secondary school had been appointed as a director of secondary education at the Priory Learning Trust, which is linked to the Jill Dando News Centre. He asked me if I would like to be interviewed by the team to tell my story. The team was so blown away by me, so they asked me if I wanted to be a disabilities correspondent, and I, of course, was so happy and took the amazing opportunity.
And could you tell us your position at the Jill Dando News?
As part of my role as a disabilities correspondent and a general reporter is finding positive stories of people who work and support with disabilities or living with a disability themselves and share their incredible stories with my team at the Jill Dando News Centre and published it on the Good News websites and social medias.
And what was your favourite news story you covered so far?
I loved every story I had reported and learned so much from inspiring people. But if I had to choose one, it would be Footsteps Foundation in Oxfordshire, as it played a huge part in my life. It is an amazing centre for intensive physio where children with cerebral palsy can improve their ability.
And how do you go about finding interesting news stories?
Social media is a massive and amazing resource for finding interesting and positive stories. I can contact them directly to see if they would like to share their stories and work at the Jill Dando News Centre.
And you are also an inspirational speaker. How did you get into inspirational speaking?
It was the same situation with becoming a disabilities correspondent. I didn't think about becoming a motivational speaker. I had no confidence in myself and who was just that little girl happily sitting in the corner and not drawing attention to myself. I didn't know what I wanted to be when I was older. I didn't know what I could do, but I knew I was very academic. I was in my first year of college, and my secondary school gave me the opportunity to go back to Preston's school and deliver a week of assemblies to year groups in 2019. After that, my physical impairment and medical support advisor, Lynn, she suggested that I should begin to use my voice more to inform and teach others about how my impairments have affected me and how they might help. This is what motivated me to get into speaking to larger groups of people. I had amazing support and guidance from Yeovil College in supporting me through my career, which allowed me to become more confident and booking more speaking engagements. I love teaching people about the importance of raising awareness of cerebral palsy. And by this point I began to talk about my personal experiences in education to schools and educational conferences and how it might help teachers and teaching assistants to learn more about the different range of needs. Only in recent years I also began to speak to people who work in healthcare about my journey with cerebral palsy and how my communication has developed over the years. I never thought 10 years ago I would be a motivational speaker and talking to hundreds of people as I was that shy little girl. And I'm truly grateful for all the amazing opportunities I have had throughout my career.
You have proved that you'd never know where life takes you. You could not know what to do, and then at the end, one day you get an opportunity, and then that opportunity gets you. It gives you a new idea. It just shows it. Who inspires you? Do you have any role models?
My mum has to be my biggest inspiration. She inspires me daily with her positive attitude. I wouldn't be anywhere without her and her support. She supports me in everything and all she ever wanted for me to be happy.
That's very good. Yeah, as you said, it's the people closest to us that inspire us. What do you do in your free time?
I love to go shopping with my mum, my sister and my brother, walking my dog, Bella, visiting my nan and granddad. I'm such a family person and love spending time with them as well as my friends. It's always so nice to relax as my life is so busy with speaking engagements and being a correspondent, so a bit of me. Time is amazing and I think I took it for granted when I was younger.
Do you have a favorite saying or quote?
Give yourself a chance to make every day a good one. morning to evening to nightfall. Every day we all can make that choice. It's what you make of your life. Life is beautiful all around. Choose optimism.
That's very well said. Always, as you said, yeah, make the most of the day because there's not so many hours in a day, and you never know what you can make out of that day or what will happen. So very well said. Thank you, Elise, for being welcome, for letting me interview you. It's been a pleasure to listen, but it's an inspiration to know that how you've got there and how you've grown in confidence. It's just inspirational. Thank you very much. Bye for now.
Thank you very much for interviewing me today. It was a real pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you.